Welcome back. So, now, Ricky's still in these bullets. This happened during assembly, and assembly was like. It wasn't first thing in the morning, it was later. I think it was about midday, if I remember correctly. And you had Ricky and Grunt do the deed during that time, so everyone is occupied elsewhere. And then there was work that the rest of you were doing on the projects, art projects. So, kind of want to hear from you guys as to those who are going on the expedition. You're planning to leave in the morning, I understand.
Yeah, because we've got a time-sensitive thing because the raiders have been spotted.
Yeah. And then, so I didn't know if there was anything you were planning to do for the remainder of the evening. I'm pretty sure that you guys took part on the ARC projects. I think that's how you finished off your day. So technically,
Yeah.
we are in the evening time. And so if there was nothing, I think you already gathered your supplies. We already wrote those down. I think that was on the journal. Let me double check that. It's on gang loot. Well, it just says what's there. It doesn't say. Oh yeah, we updated the water list. So you're bringing all that water. The rest of it, which you had like 200 units of, you gave to the ARC. All right. So if there's nothing else you guys want to do, I will jump over to Vinny to deal with his evening, and then we'll advance to the next day.
That's good to me.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay.
Okay.
Callum, was there anything you wanted to?
Not specifically, no.
Okay. It is so weird being able to hear your voice clear.
Get used to it, sugar.
Oh, and Ricky is gigantic at the moment. He's a giant. It's still big. Hold on. Make me even smaller.
Noga.
Benny, he went to the shrine and showed Skarshin the book.
Yes, I forgot about that. It's true.
He was broken, so he just like passed out kind of early in the evening, and then he wakes up
Oh, I can...
clutching Victor's broken jaw in his hand, dreaming of fire in the sky. Remembers that Ricky is waiting for him at the monorail bridge. I guess the first thing he would try to do is like sneak there and not be seen by anybody going to meet him.
Okay. Then let us do a sneak roll then.
Flat roll.
Yeah. Well, it is nighttime, so let's add a +2 to that, because you're not trying to sneak into somewhere, that's like a guard post or something like that. You're just trying to remain unseen amongst.
And we're pushing. Okay. Nice.
Start off
Needed
with
that.
2 points of trauma on
Agility. Great.
agility, so that's fatigue. So you're sweating and panting and physical exhaustion. Perhaps that's trying to get up on things, trying to jump up, and instead of going up the stairs where you'd be seeing, you tried to climb up, and you made it, but it just kind of wore you out. Where's your token? You're not even on there.
No. No. Oh god.
Yeah, here, I'll make you smaller. Hold on.
I wonder if I can do it.
Oh, do you want to try? I do your dimensions. If you do it all in, just do your size as 0.5, your scale is 0.5, and then change your dimensions to 0.5, 0.5. It makes it so you don't have this gigantic handle.
Oh.
Which is what I find annoying with tokens on this system, but
I'm up behind Ricky quietly
and let's see.
and just clear my throat.
See if he can detect. Now he's a warrior, so I'm going to give him a -1. Nope, your sneak outweighed his scout, so. Ah! Vinny, don't do that, man.
Were you seen coming here?
Of course not, man.
And he's like nervously looking around, making sure no one else is nearby. Is it done? Were you able to get into his quarters and move the bullets?
No, it was. And I made it look
Good.
obvious, too.
Very good. I'm proud of you, Ricky. Moving closer to him.
He kind of looks at you warily out of one eye. But still is just
What you're
looking
doing-
straight towards the runway.
What you're doing is for the good of the Ark. Maximon's reign must come to an end. How well do you know Julia, the dog handler?
I know of her. We've worked on a couple of missions together out in the zone. Nothing too close, but
Julia is also on our side. Maximon does not treat her well. I worry for her in the fallout of all of this. I need you to protect her. You need to go stay with her until this is all over.
protect her from who?
From Maximon, from Sixter, from anybody. She's a dear friend of mine. I cannot have her hurt. She's a key player in all of this.
So, if Maximon decides he wants to hurt someone, he's got the whole force of his gang. And you want me to stand up to that? Are you serious, man?
Maximon's sway is diminishing quickly. We're setting him up to only be worried about Sixter. But I'm taking precautions, and I do not want Julia hurt. If it comes to it, I need you to protect her. And if or when Maximon confronts the two of you, make sure you support each other in your stories. Sixter is behind everything. Maximon must be made to believe this.
You know, this is a lot of risk on my part. And
Must I
Julius.
show you?
Julius as
What was
well.
that
I
thing?
mean, what do I get out of this?
Must I show you what the alternatives are, and then I'm gonna mind terror him, and I'm gonna show him images of like Sixter torturing Julia and Maximon torturing him, and the Ark on fire and everything burning down. And ooh, guess I'll use 3 mutation points. Torment your victim with visions that inflict confusion or doubt, equal the number of MP spent. So I'll spend 3 to hopefully break him. Empathy. Which means I roll 3 of these. No misfire. I'm also technically using make a deal, or I'm using my once per session deal on the side to try to get him to go protect her. But first he takes 3 empathy damage.
And he's. How is it when you give him mind terrors? You just think it, or do you touch him?
No, it's literally just mind to mind. I can just inflict it on them psychically.
And you see him stare off into the distance, and he's. Initially. And then as it goes on, you just see tension on his face, and it goes from a range of emotions to disbelief to anger to fear, and then he's in the end it's quite just sadness, and when you let go he just kind of jumps and he's just crying. Oh my god.
You will go to Julia's. You will wait there until Maximon shows up. You will admit to him that you have been stealing for Sixter. You will tell him there are others. Perhaps even Vorhan was one of them. And you will tell him that Sixter is planning a coup to overthrow him. Do you understand?
And what you showed me is what will happen if we don't?
Oh yes, I've seen it. The first mutant has chosen me as his prophet. You want me to roll my
Yeah.
Mika deal?
Hold on, let me see this. Make a deal.
I think I can.
There we go.
Oh, it's just class.
Ah, there it is, yes. And let's see, I'm just looking at the rolls for it really quick. Oh, it's just a skill, straight up skill.
Yeah. Nice. Ooh. I think I'm gonna have to push it. Perfect. Perfect.
Man. Alright. So a total of 3 successes. he is just shattered. So why does this have to happen here? Why do people have to be like this? Isn't the zone hard enough? And you can tell he's kind of like not sure what's real or not. He just can't think straight. And without much of a word, he just gets up, tightens up his jacket, and he walks down the rail, which is the direction towards Julia's.
I just stare at him, watch him go. And I mutter under my breath like, I'm not happy about this either, Ricky. But it must be done. And then I'm gonna go to find Grit.
Okay. Grit resides in the warehouses just north of Pontiac's garage. I guess Orson's probably not there. He's probably near the plane. Unless they're kitting out their cars there, actually. Okay. So Grit lives in the warehouses here.
I don't think it's really too late at night, but I also
It's not.
can't be seen talking to Grit.
So you know
Trying to
that
do something.
these sort of warehouses are kind of like tent cities on the inside, when little shacks inside the warehouse itself. So shacks, tents. It's kind of makeshift.
I would try to get into a position where he can see me and I can kind of give him a head nod and then move away so he knows to follow and speak with me away from everyone.
Yeah, Grit doesn't hang out with a whole lot of people. Not a whole lot of people kind of respect him.
He's perfect for me.
Yeah. And
So I don't know if you want me to sneak or not for this.
Yeah, but do so at just a +1.
Oof.
Yeah, you're damaging yourself. Your sneak isn't so great.
Yeah. It's okay. When he's tired, I can't risk pushing it.
And then people are kind of just hanging out in this warehouse. Some having little small conversations. A few people notice you, but they don't really stop what they're doing. You do make people uncomfortable, so a lot of times people try to react with maybe trying to pretend they haven't seen you, so maybe you won't come up and talk to them. And but you can tell, you know.
Yeah.
And but Grit does see you. And he's actually kind of excited because he doesn't have a lot of friends. And let me guess.
Hello, Grit.
And he's gigantic. I'm just gonna leave him gigantic for right now. Let's just see him. He's a giant.
I like his art a lot.
Like Attack on Titan going on over there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Vinny. How are you? I did what
Things
you
are
said.
happening quickly.
Really?
Yes, you've done very well.
Yes. Yeah, it all went very well.
I have another task for you.
Really?
Very important one.
Okay, what is it?
You're going to ingratiate yourself to Maximon. He needs to see you as the only person he can trust.
I don't think he likes me very well. That won't be easy. He doesn't even
Doesn't need
notice
to
me sometimes. Mostly times, actually.
This is why you're a Kodiak now, Grit. We will give you the respect you deserve.
Well, I'll do what I can. How do you propose I do that?
Soon as the expedition leaves in the morning, you're going to go to Maximon and you're going to tell him that you followed Ricky during the assembly and watched him break into his quarters and that he's now with Julia. Get Maximon to go there and confront them and stay with him. He will trust you after you tell him this and he'll keep you closer, hopefully.
So, the time that I followed Ricky and Ricky broke into his quarters and carried, something out.
Exactly. Do everything in your power to back up the story that Ricky and Julia tell Maximon. Help convince Maximon that Sixter has been acting strange and suspicious.
With pleasure. Sixter
Perhaps-
is mean to me. He doesn't like me. He hit me once.
That will never happen again, I assure you. After this, Sixter will never be anyone's problem.
So in the morning, I'm to go tell Maximon. After the
Yes,
expedition
take
leaves.
him to Julia. Exactly. Take him to Julia's and help convince him that Sixter's behind everything. Whatever happens, meet me at the Statue of the Ancients outside of the West Wall tomorrow night while the Ark sleeps.
Oh, sneaky, sneaky. Sneaky time.
I believe that's the one labeled Athena.
It is, although all the labels left the map. I think I did it.
Yeah, must have been an update.
I think I removed a drawing. I think I might have hit the wrong thing and deleted all drawings, which includes text. It's alright.
Oh no. Oh yeah, some of the little texts are missing. Oh, Pontiac's garage is still there.
Well, Saul did that one. I added the West Gate back today. I didn't add the rest of them, but yeah. It's the roundabout.
It was that statue of Athena that Room had told us about.
Yeah, it's that roundabout right to the west of the West Gate.
Yeah.
There it
Oh,
is.
cool.
Alright.
Yeah, do I need to manipulate him to do
No,
this?
he's
or
already
is-
part of the Kodiaks.
Okay, cool.
And you're not asking him to risk anything really.
Okay, perfect. Alright, I'll make sure he understands what I need him to do, and then I go to the graveyard. And I pull out... Where is the graveyard on the map, I guess? Where do we decide?
It's here.
Oh, cool.
I think you built
Oh,
it in
that
this
looks
half there.
for it.
Yeah.
That little triangle there, the northern, makes an X across it, but I think you put it in the northern part. Fortunately, you haven't got enough dead to fill the whole place up.
I'm going to go to Victor's grave, and I'm going to pull out his jaw, hold it in my hand, kneel down on both knees, and scry, which puts me into a trance. And I have this vision. I'm overwhelmed by this vision of Sixter in the middle of the arc being confronted by Maximon in front of a huge crowd. And then Maximon goes into a rage and kills Sixter in front of all of these people. And this will be the first use of my new Death Visions talent. You can use Scry to predict an NPC of your choice will die during the ongoing session. If the roll is successful, the prophecy will come true, if at all possible. You can use this ability to kill your enemies, but nature has a tendency to restore the balance. You risk that you or someone you care for will suffer a great calamity by using Death Visions. I love the idea of that. All right, then I'm gonna roll Scry. God damn it! Okay, I have to push. Please don't break me. Yes, so close. Oh my god.
Just looking at the ruling for it. So how does that combine with Scry? Because it says for
It's just
That's-
another
that's
use of
ex-
Scry.
that successes are added to the roll for the action.
But that's for
That's-
a normal Scry. For
Okay,
Death
yeah.
Vision. Death Visions rolls Scry, but you just need a success for the prophecy to come true.
Okay. All right. Is that all for the evening?
Right. I have one final thing to do, which is middle of the night, sneak. I would kind of wait till even, 2 or 3 a.m. after. Technically, scrying takes like an hour or two, I believe, mechanically.
All right.
And so I would sneak into Sixter's quarters. That I may attempt to. Well, I guess we'll start off just trying to get in there and see what happens. My fucking should have drained grit. Okay, well, any modifiers?
Well, it's late at night. There's not really guards aren't set around the residential section. So I would say it's just going to be. Let's go with a +1. You are waiting until it's quite late.
All right, let's see what happens. Push. Ah! Oh no. Oh no.
Let me see if Sixter wakes up. Let's see, where's he at? Let's see. Fortunately for you, doesn't have a ton of skill in it. And he's asleep. Alright. You heard a back to sleep.
I'm just standing over him, like, menacingly in the middle of the night while he's sleeping, staring down at him. I say, "Your time has come, Sixter." And then my mouth opens up wide, my mandibles spread, and my teeth emerge, and I grasp his face. And I'm going to spend... Man, I just don't know what his stats are. So I'm gonna spend 5 mutation points to drain all of his agility. That's the most he can have. And
You, just so you, whether it helps you or not, you know he's quite scrawny. But he is a shooter.
yeah, I can't risk this not working.
Which does require agility.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do 5 just I can't risk not breaking him. Well, let's see if there's a backfire. And there is. Mutant misfire. Another
Wait,
appearance
look.
change.
What was the last one? Cosmetic change. What happened?
My eyes, my pupils went completely black. My eyes are black now.
What's this one going to be?
Gosh, so I'm draining him. He just starts like squirming and fighting it unconsciously in his sleep. And maybe afterwards, my jaw is like almost permanently in an extended open position rather than just when I am planning on parasiting. Now I just always look like this.
How do you talk?
I think I could still talk mostly normally. It's
Maybe
probably
just
not
do
like...
bits.
Maybe you've
What was
got a
your idea?
lisp.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna suck your face.
Just like drooling all the time. Maybe we could change so his mouth is still somewhat normal, but like the teeth don't retract, and now my teeth are always just in this like long, jagged, protruded appearance.
Okay. Make a note of all that, by the way, please.
I'll put it on my character sheet.
We expect fan art by next time.
So in theory, Sixter is broken. Oh, and my agility goes back up. I believe broken agility means like you're so weak you can't barely walk around and you have to sleep it off.
Yeah, it requires a unit of water and 4 hours of rest. A unit of water per point to restore it, and then 4 hours of rest. But he doesn't have the water, so he's going to wake up being exhausted.
Yeah, I'm essentially trying to make it so he doesn't go report to Maximon in the morning and is just knocked out for a while. Okay, well, and with that, Vinny would, I guess, sneak back out, and go to Julia's and kind of take a position where he can see Julia's hut but remain unseen, and then he's gonna wait and watch what happens.
Okay. Now, I'm going to leave you there, and I'm going to go to the rest of the gang. So, you guys weren't doing anything for the evening, so we are at the next morning. and you are. Where do you guys keep the cars? Where are they? Are they stored near Pontiac's garage? There's one that you gave him, but you guys own two of them. Or do you leave them by your plane?
I assume they were by the plane, but I don't know.
Gotta unmute myself. I want to talk. Yeah, I think we decided we would keep him by the plane. I could see him if we left him in Pontiac's place. He'd tinker with them.
Yeah, I'm just looking at how you would get them around to Pontiac's garage if you ever needed to work on them, and to the road system. No, I can see. Think. Yes, so if you... Fortunately, this map is so big, but your plane is underneath McAllen's token, but if you... This gateway here is... There's a walkway partly under. I think it's here, or it might be down here, but you have access to the road then. And then the road can take you to Pontiac's garage if you want to fix it, or out to the bridge to go into the zone. Okay. So the morning comes. You guys wake up in the plane area, or in the plane itself, actually. Well, the mechanicals don't wake up. They just decide to come out of shutdown mode.
And I sleep in the chronicle area, but I head straight to the plane in the morning.
Of course, yes, that's right. How early are you guys planning to set out?
I'd say as soon as the sun comes up.
Yeah, just after dawn.
Yeah.
All right, the two humans are, they have a little bit of a way to communicate with McAllen, but mostly it's with Trace. Is it now? Now that we return?
It is now.
You see that they are pleased. All right. Now, these parts, I need to go to a different map, actually, the big smoke map. All right. All right, so your cars are, just want to go to the pictures of the cars. Too many things to click on here. So both of them have an open area in the back anyway. All right. So there are, because your cars make quite a bit of noise, and so as you head out, there's quite a few people who are lined up. By the bridge. Not on the bridge, obviously, but just to watch you go. Because it's excitement, it's new stuff. And you cross off into so this area here, I'm back on the runway map, but This area here was the checkpoint that you first visited when you left the Ark, which has all
Oh,
those
yeah.
cars.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, all my other drawings are gone as well. Damn it. Because I've marked out some things out in the area north here. That sucks.
Is that on the runway map or the big smoke map?
Well, the big smoke map I have, broad things are there, but I went, the things that overlap onto the runway map, I went and marked the actual, because the big smoke map is just that zone, like this thing is here. On the runway map, I put this is the building. Let me see. All right. This was because you had Connie climb up the oil tank, and the oil tank, I'm pretty sure, as I had, was this building. And this area, you believe, is probably a factory of some sort. I'll go back and relabel these at another point. And up here are tall towers with giant bowls at the top. And here is a shipwreck with bitter beasts that live on it. Bitter beasts are ones that, you know, they're like lizards that can be trained to be mounts. Although it's tricky because they are a bit deadly. And I believe that's the only things. Yes.
The parasites.
Oh yeah, the parasites are over. They are here.
I thought they were further east, where I dropped that new text box. Huh.
Hold on. Oh. I didn't see that. I wasn't zoomed out. Yes, they are further east. Sorry, my bad. And you know also that this way here, this is the way north to the sky wheel. So, but you are headed first to the pure plant. Oops, I didn't mean to pause the game. Which is way over here to the west. You know that this area of water here is quite shallow, that you could wade into it. But you won't be able to get the vehicles, obviously, across to it. And close up. All right. I need all of you to make a scout roll, and for that's scan for you mechanicals. One success for Ram, 2 successes for Room, none for McKellen, none for Orson, and then 1 for Trace. Okay. Let's see. It's only McKellen who's got more than 1 stunt, but all of you, well, except for Orson, have got a single. 3 of you noticed this is going to be just after you've passed the oil tank, so right here. Swooping down from this building here to the south, which I do remember was marked having a collapsed roof there, but from this corner is a flock of these large birds. Now you know them. Well, you don't know the birds, but you know these creatures. You guys call them scrap crows. And they're stupid birds, but they tend to try to swoop down, and they always go for eyes. And they have very sharp beaks. But you guys have noticed them. So 3 of you have noticed, and you've got, if you click on the word stunts on your result there, there's 3 questions.
I think I won. Is it coming for me?
Yes.
Okay, let's spot us. We've got trash crows coming!
And Trace and Rand, you have both noticed them as well. And Orson, it is a big shock to you. Oh, just enjoying driving. Do you want to do anything with the second question at all, McKellen?
Do I just? I think I just got the one. So I've got one's a standard success and then one's done.
No, you get to ask a question for every success you roll. That's the rules for it. It's not like a bonus.
Okay, I think get an extra run. How do we get past?
That's a difficult one.
Are they faster than our cars?
You could risk it. The roads are not exactly perfectly clear, so you could run into some obstacles. So you could speed up the cars or seek cover in a building somewhere, but you don't know how long they're going to stay in the area, or you could try to fight them. Those seem to be your options.
Well, I assume we're in the rear car because our stalker's probably going to be in the front car. So I'll see what the front car's doing.
All right. Actually, you're
Have
not.
any of us in the front car noticed them?
Yeah, let me roll for the NPCs, the other Kodiaks, because if they don't notice, you're just like moving right along. Connie, Halbert, Liz, and Algernon. All right.
And with these cars, how many people have to sit sort of on the exterior of them?
Well, if you look at it, it's only like, with the number of people you've got, it's only like 1 or 2 of you that are actually exposed in the back. Connie does a scout. 1 success. Halbert. One success. Algernon, I forgot you're bringing the toad. He's not very good. He kind of sucks at that sort of thing. And who else was it? Liz. Okay. Liz, which is the reptilian woman. One success. So they mentioned to you, Orson, scrap crows. And some of them are on the back, so they were keeping a lookout because you're inside, taking up a lot of the inside, actually. So there's a couple of them out back. Connie being one of them because she's looking out over the top. Stood up.
All right, looking at the road ahead, how bad is it?
It is. So you've been through before, and you've navigated the right way. I mean, you've actually taken the cars there before. You do know that between here and the island, there's a few tight sections that you have to kind of go slow around. You guys have made a mental note at some point these roads might need to be cleared to make it easy access to the island, but that hasn't been an endeavor that you have taken yet. So you realize that you could pick up speed, but it might be a little bit risky when you get that far.
Okay, I don't want to risk totaling the loud wagons on a bad roll, though. All right, I think we need to be ready to. I think we need to try to chase these things off. Is what we're going to need to do.
Do you actually? Can you guys roll? I don't know if this is going to be that relevant to you or to help you much, but let's see. This is what I'm looking for. Know the zone or know nature.
I don't have any ranks in it. I could try rolling it.
You wanting that from everyone?
Yes, please.
Know the zone.
Oh, that's going to be...
Analyze.
Yeah, analyze, sorry. Analyze for all the mechanicals.
I was a bit confused, like, where am I looking?
Yeah, sorry. The skills are different depending on whether you're an animal or a mutant or a robot. Although there's somewhat similar
There's
to
a skills
animals.
equivalent page in the screen. I try to keep it up all the time for just those instances.
I've generally just gotten in the habit of whenever he names the skill, look for something that seems similar to that.
Yeah, I'm always... I got that page open too, but I forgot to look at it for this one. I did for the last roll. All right.
Because as soon as he said know the zone, I looked at my list. I'm like, no nature. That's probably it.
All right. Are you able to make a roll? You want me to roll for you? Luck.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know whether you wanted me to roll since I didn't have ranks in it. Okay.
Oh, you can still roll. You still have your base dice that can get...
Oh, look at you. You got one.
All right.
With the bare necessities.
Yes. So,
Better than me.
you know that scrap crows are primarily attracted by anything shiny, especially valuable scrap from the old age.
So like a couple of loud wagons.
Yes.
And a couple of mechanicals.
Yeah, so you are a beacon to these creatures. But they are quite large, they've... Not like regular crows. These crows... They're kind of like the size of a small dog, or like a medium-sized dog, actually.
But smaller than the scrap hogs.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Those things have wingspans of several meters. They could carry a
Okay.
person. A scrap crow couldn't carry you.
Okay, that's what I thought.
All right. So, I'm going to drag some tokens out because it looks like we're going to be entering some combat. Wrong thing. I don't see. Do I have any battle? I don't have any battle maps yet, do I? I'm working on it. Can I do? No, that will not work out at all as a battle map. I can do this one, I suppose, but I don't have any card tokens. Things to be fixed. Alright, so if I bring you guys to this map. which we've been here before. This is the map I used for the museum.
Since you don't have car tokens, just take the driver tokens for each vehicle and make it bigger, and that'll be the car.
Yeah, that works. Who's driving each of the cars, actually?
Trace and
I'm
McAllen. Trace and Orson. All right. And Orson's in the front. But we will scale up. Twice the size. Then Trace is behind. We'll also scale up. Alright, then we've got Rand, McKellen, oops, underneath Trace, and damn it, come on. Two humans. Now I'll let you guys figure out the order that you're going to be on there. I need to get the Kodiaks out there. So we've got Algernon, Connie, Halbert, and Liz. Connie and Halbert made their roll. Algernon I'm going to put on the inside. So I'm going to put them this way in the order in the car. So who would be in the passenger seat next to Trace?
I don't mind. I can be.
Rand, you'll be just behind, and then two humans. Only one of them is kind of partially on the outside of the vehicle. Alright. I will put you into a combat tracker. Okay, so if you go... Callum, I don't think you've had a combat yet in any of the games you played with us. So if you go to the cross swords on the right-hand side, then you'll see your character's token and then a D20 off to the right. Click the D20. Callum, we're just waiting for you, man.
Sorry. Mother came in my room.
Oh. Mom, leave me alone.
Leave me alone, Mom.
Fighting scrap
sorry.
crows.
So you go to the... Yeah, we're playing Scrap Crows. Leave me alone, Mom. On the... She looks at you. What the hell are you talking about? You look on the right-hand side where the chat column is. You'll see a pair of cross swords. And you click on that, you'll see your token and a D20. So click the D20.
It's not devil worship, Mom. It's post-apocalyptic.
There you are. Okay. Terribly sorry, guys. I have a bio break I really have to make really badly. So we'll figure out what you want to do. You know, you can see the order. You guys are not first. Well, you're all in the middle, mostly. All right, I'll be right back really quick.
Yeah, me too quickly.
So I'm thinking we just keep rolling forward at a normal pace. Don't try to gun it. So that, we draw them further away from their nest, make them feel uncomfortable. And the rest is, it's just got to be fending them off, I'm thinking.
Yeah, because if we pull them a bit away, then if there's more, then they can't exactly get to us as fast. Oh, what the? Oh no! Fuck!
And I'm fourth down on the list.
All right. I've also, I'm pretty sure I have the combat timer. Yeah, so you've got 30 seconds to make a choice and to act on it to speed up combat. So do know what you want to do, because you'll miss your turn. All right. All right, so scrap crows are first, and get their bits out.
Oh, Andy.
Yeah.
Just so we get in this, my wife just called and let me know that she's coming home with a bunch of groceries she needs me to help bring in. So I may have to get busy right in the middle of it. If it gets to be my turn and I'm not at the mic, what Orson is trying to do, he's trying to drive at a steady pace. He's not trying to drive fast or anything, but he wants to try to increase the distance between the nest and us to make them, hopefully eventually feel like we're getting too far away. So that's what he's going to be focusing on doing, unless, if I'm not here.
Okay, cool. All right. So that one in the back is first. And the most exposed person is going to swoop down. What's the distance here?
Okay. My wife just pulled up. I'm going to run and help her real quick.
Is that a baby or is that a chest burster?
It's the scrap crow.
Crow.
It's the fierce cry of a scrap crow. Alright, I'm going to go on mute real quick.
All
I'm
right.
going to help with groceries.
I think I prefer fingernails on a chalkboard over that sound. I'm just not a dad. Okay. All right, this one's going to swoop down and attack this zone goal because it's only exposed target. And make a public roll for this. One success. Okay, next up. The very same zone goal is next on the... How about that? He has a club. No hit, and he's not going to push it. If he pushes it, it's going to break his club. Or part of it. That's what that black explosion symbol is, Callum. If you push a roll, that means you can, but it's going to reduce its... partially break it anyway. If not completely break it. Alright, so that's all he's going to do. So next up is going to be another scrap crow. On the front, it's going to swoop down onto Connie. Miss. Okay, Trace, you are up. And the timer started.
Since I'm busy driving, I'm gonna take out my shotgun and ask the other folks in the car, who needs a better weapon. and pass it off so I can continue driving and following Orson.
So you're basically just holding it up like your right hand behind you, or your left hand, sorry. I put you on the wrong side.
Or whatever side y'all drive from. I'm just holding up the shotgun.
Sorry, I put them on the wrong side. We're gonna be over there. So, well, I'll leave it up to you guys. So she's holding up a shotgun with one hand, her left hand, and she's busy driving. And Trace, let's see. What would be?
Equivalent of move, I guess.
Yeah, I guess move is.
Move.
Is that? So kind of. I guess it's the only thing that's relevant. So. Yeah, let's have you do a move roll.
Okay.
Yeah. And you have a success, so you managed to keep control. You doing anything different with the car? You notice that well, actually, it's not Orson's turn yet, so he hasn't actually put the accelerator on. All right. Scrap Crow number 3 is going to swoop down onto Halbert. Oh, hit. Now he has some armor, so I'm gonna make an armor roll. And he manages to negate all the damage. Speaking of which, yeah, the Zonkos don't have any armor, so I didn't forget something. Ah, good. All right. Next up is Connie. Connie has been attacked. She has a katana. I forgot you guys found one.
Nice.
Connie, Callum, is she's what's called a stalker. So she's kind of a ranger, sort of rogue type. You want to think D&D terms, but sneaks around and tracker, kind of mix all that mixed together. Very stealthy. And she's been successful with her katana. The Scrap Crows have no armor, and she does 2 points of damage to it. I need to open up all these guys. Okay, that's Connie done. Right, next is Liz. Now Liz is on the inside, so she can't really do anything back there. She wants to lean out the car. What weapon? She has a knife. No, she doesn't want to throw those mutations. Reptilian. She's she's gonna do that. So let me roll the. Like what we said, every time we use them, we're gonna roll a d6 and see how many mutation points they don't have. 1. So she's got 9 mutation points, which is fantastic. She's a reptilian, so she's gonna lean her head out the left side of the car there and try to. Oh, it's only a humanoid. Oh, you can only do that to humanoids. Never mind. She has an entrance ability with her reptilian eyes, but she can't do that with a Scrap Crow. So she's just gonna
grab it with her tongue.
Sorry?
I thought she was gonna grab it with her tongue or something.
She doesn't have that, unfortunately. But so she's just gonna stay and not do anything. Actually, there's nothing she can do. All right, Zone Ghoul. One is inside. He's close to his buddy who's being attacked, so he's going to try. I will give him a minus. No luck. Orson, he was going to drive. And you're gonna notice this. Well, let's see if he's successful. Move. He is successful. You notice that he picks up the pace, Trace, just a little bit. And at the start of each round, I will do movements of vehicles. Ran, you see a shotgun being handed to you if you wish to do so. You're near the back, actually, so you could manipulate yourself to be in the outside part of it to attack this scrap crow if you wished.
I am going to use something I haven't used before. I'm going to unhook. Well, I say unhook. I'm gonna like pull out this like energy pulse module that I have within my shoulder and use it against one of them.
What is the item?
Energy pulse. A powerful energy weapon is mounted somewhere on your chassis.
Oh, yeah.
And fires a deadly energy beam against a victim.
Ooh.
Up to a short distance, yeah.
And you're at short distance, so you can expend as many energy points as you want to, and it's an automatic hit. And it causes that many points of damage.
Woohoo.
How many points do you want to spend?
I will spend 2.
Okay, so just subtract it from the energy points at the top of it. You guys have never seen this. What does it look like this for you?
So
what do you decide? You describe it.
So I might, War Machine with like his shoulder-mounted cannon.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like that, but it's a bit more like sleek and agile, so that it can like fit into my back right shoulder, so it can like look like it's just not
part
there.
Of the shoulder, yeah. So just
yeah.
And you guys, let's see, who's next to you? McKellen, you kind of see
One
this,
of the zone goals.
And the zone goals, but suddenly this robot just spins, and then this thing sticks out of the top of him, and then this blast of bright light goes and hits this scrap crow dead in the. Where does it hit? Where does it hit, Callum? You decide.
I'm gonna try and hit it for its like central body, like where its like wingspan is like majority where the muscles meet the wings of the bird.
Okay. And it makes a squawk, and it sort of jumps back slightly from the hit of that. McKellen, you've just witnessed this. You see Trace with a shotgun that's kind of right in your face, actually. Not pointed at your face, sorry, but shoot this or I'm going to shoot you.
Miracles of the ancients. I'm going to take the shotgun if no one else is, but I'm not going to shoot it because I'm a bit useless. I'm going to clamber out the window slightly and shout out to Connie. Connie, watch out! There's another one coming from the right! And just like shout loud enough to try and get that crow's attention. But otherwise I'm using Inspire to add to Connie's next attack.
Ah, yes. This is a cool ability that he has, Callum. It's quite potent, actually.
Especially because it's in a fight. I get an extra +2 from a talent.
Oh, and you rolled to make this happen? Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Wow. Now that means 3 automatic successes for Connie, does it not?
Yeah, as long as she does what I've said.
Yeah, well, you know what Connie will do. She loves to fight. All right, let's remember that then, everyone. 3 successes from Connie. For Connie. Final Scrap Crow is going to... It's coming down towards the back. And it's going to land on the back of the car right next to this. It's going to attack this zone ghoul.
Just in case it changes your what's happened, I have like gone like leant quite heavily out of the car. Because I'm kind of angling. I'm kind of angling for the protecting companion, so I am exposed.
Yeah, I was chosen that because there's activity, visible activity, of its buddy being thrown back from a bright blast of light, and it didn't know what it came from. It could
do
have
love my eyes.
assumes this zone ghoul did it. All right. Attack. Oh dear. Ow. One second. Let's see what stunts do we want to do. Oh, I love this one. Okay, I'm going to have him do this. So, his beak comes down, and let's give him a little wound there. Yes. Embeds into his shoulder and drags him off the car onto the ground below. And although his turn is over, but it looks like he's going to stay there and have a meal. And that is... Nope, we got Algernon and Halbert. Algernon, I don't believe can do much because he's inside. Human Toad. Can he do that? Oh, he's right there. No, can't do that one. Nope, it's not going to work out for him. So he's not. He's right by a window. He's got a bicycle chain. He's going to lean out and try to hit that scrap crow with his chain. Algernon! What stunt would he do, guys? He can do an extra point of damage, subdue or tire his enemy, which so cause a point of fatigue, increases initiative for score for next round, can't knock or pull a weapon from the opponent, so doesn't have one. Opponent falls to the ground or is pushed back, or holds the opponent in a grapple. I don't think it'd be the last one. I think either extra damage or opponent falls to the ground.
That would be one of my choices, is those two.
Also, the ground sounds handy since we're all moving.
Yeah.
Or just moving himself up the initiative wouldn't be bad either.
Well, he's at the very end of it.
And he is a frog. So I think initiative would be good.
Leapfrog up in initiative, yeah.
Alright. Leapfrog. Let's see. Increase your initiative score by 2. Okay, let me do that.
Tomorrow at some point.
Okay, yeah.
There we go. Okay, and then I gotta scoot down to Halbert. Oh, he also damaged it. He did do 1 point of damage to that one. And that one's been damaged already, so I need to mark it as such. There we go. And then Halbert, who is right there in the back. He's already been attacked, actually. And he has an axe, a scrap axe. Now his clairvoyance, his mutation is not going to do him any good. So I'm going to give him... No, just straight up roll. Yes! This one has not been damaged, so he's going to do 1 point of damage at least. And then, what would you say for the stunt? Same choices. Fall to the ground, increase initiative, or fatigue, or more damage.
I'd say fall to the ground, because then we can run over it.
Ooh.
Ooh, yeah, I like that.
We know what Trace's next combat move is. Okay, now we go to top of the round. Let me advance the cars. Though I'm not gonna... We'll run out of map if I do a lot, so... This one's trying to keep up, but you just pull it. That's Orson's pulling out. That one stays down. And then I'm going to put this right on top of this because you're going to ride right over the top of it. All right. Start the round. So, that Scrap Crow who... What happened to that one? Oh, that's the one that got blown. That's the one that got blown back by Ran. That's right.
Oh yeah.
So it not going to have that. It swoops back in. Is going to attempt to attack Ran. That shiny thing put out a shiny thing. Did you just say you will try?
Yes.
Ran, who also happens to be known as Anakin, and. So it swoops in with its beak, it lands on the open bit there, and you with your robot, your mechanical agility, just dodge inhumanly out of the way. Next up is the Zone Ghoul who's been pulled down. And what
Was he off the back of the car?
Yes.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, things aren't good. Things aren't good. Yo, we borrowed some of your friends and then brought one back in pieces. Alright, too close to be using the club, so he's got a knife. Yeah. Manages to make contact with it, but it's only going to be 1 point of damage. That one had not been damaged yet as well. These things are quite powerful, actually, with their abilities. Alright. And that one that had been... Oh, this is one you just flew away. So it's coming up close to attack Connie. It's already been damaged. Connie, let's see, Connie's armor. Armor's pretty potent still. Nope. Gets through and damages her. She takes a point of damage. And let me mark her with some blood. Alright. Next up. Trace. Now's your moment. Move roll.
Yep.
Move roll with.
We're gonna run
It's gonna hold on before you roll it. You've got a vehicle. I forgot to do this with. You're in a Piercer, is that right? Yes.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Rope pisser.
Piercer should have that harpoon gun up on top of it.
It does, actually. I forgot you guys could use that. Alright, so you're going to get a +3 on your move roll to hit this.
Alright. So that goes up to 4. And I only get 1. Really?
You can push, and you risk damaging the car.
No, well, 1's enough.
Alright.
I would think running over the bird with the car would be enough to squish it.
One moment. Damn it. All right. I do actually forget vehicle rules really quick. Hold on. There we go. I'm pretty sure I know what it's going to be. There we go.
Vehicles 94.
Yeah, just I got there just as you said that.
The index is an annoying place. You have to sort of
I
flick
know
that
it.
to get.
Oh, now the weapon damage is normally 1, so it's only 1 point of damage because it isn't necessarily a tank running over them. Alright. I thought it was that, but it just seemed pretty low. Anyway. Alright. That has been hit. So you feel a little... Ride's a little bit bumpy. And we go to that scrap crow who can't do anything because it's underneath, so we're going to skip them. Go right to Connie, who's now got a +3. She's got her katana. No, she's not got +3. She's got 3 successes.
Yeah.
To go on top of her 1 success, so that's 4 successes on this. Connie's got this fight attitude. I think she's going to put that all into damage. The katana does 2 points as it is, so that's 2, 3, 4, 5 points of damage to this. And splits this bird in half. And falls by the wayside in 2 pieces. And you just hear her just, yeah! Yell at him. Liz can't do anything right now. She's inside, although she's only got knives. She doesn't want to throw a knife and lose it while you're in battle. This zone ghoul, let's see. How fast would you say you were going, Trace?
I mean, I know we're not traveling too fast because all of the debris, so probably somewhere between 25, 30 miles an hour.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say. That's at most. Yeah, I figure we're swerving between rubble and wrecked cars and stuff.
Too fast to be jumping out.
Yeah, Orson said he was doing a steady pace, so we won't be able to go faster than him.
Yeah,
Mechanicals might be able to jump out.
Yeah, I would allow that more than I would the zone ghoul. Well, what's he got? He's got a bow. So he's going to try to shoot that bird who's just pulled his friend out. Just nickel and diming this thing. And I'm going to have him push that, actually. Oh, it damaged his bow.
Oh no.
But he got another point. And so, let's see, what stunt would he do? Push back. No, push him back. So he's going to do a point of damage and push him back. Alright, next up we have Orson.
All right. So let's see. So since my last turn, I have defeated 1 load of groceries, 1 escaped dog romping in the snow, and 1 fussy baby. How much XP do I get for that?
300.
I need to protect.
All right. So I am going to keep driving this turn. I think I stick with our plan. I'm going to try to put some distance between us and their nest, see if it scares them back to it.
Okay. That's going to be a move roll, and although I didn't count it for last time, you're going to have a bonus here. Let's see. Death Wish has a move bonus of 2, so you got a +2 on your move roll.
Oh, we hear the battle cry of the Sparrows again. There you go.
All right.
Put some distance between me and them.
Okay, I'll remember that at the top of the next round when we get to that. All right. Algernon, nothing he can do right now. Ran. So this Scrap Crow is right up here in front of you. It tried to attack and you dodged it, but it's still right here in close combat.
Oh shit. I am going to. Would I be able to like grab it and well, pretty much grapple it and just try and like face it towards McKellen just so he can do it? I guess.
Yeah, that's an assault roll,
Cool. I will.
but you have
Grapple
decent
it.
skill in.
Yeah, I'll try and like get it behind the wing. Well, under the wings technically, but
Bear in mind, I do not have decent skill.
Lord above.
Oh man.
You can click on your character sheet. There's a push button at the underneath your age. You can do that, which
Yeah.
if you get a hazard, it will damage you.
Okay, I'll push it because funny.
Wow, look at that. All right, so
Hell yeah.
That's how you push.
yeah, so if you click the word stunts to the right of lower right hand corner, it shows what you can do. So you got 3 of those things you can pick, and some of them can stack like damage.
Across the ground, you hold the person
But
in a
if you want to
grapple.
grapple it, that's one of the stunts. That's the last one.
Yeah, I'm gonna grapple it.
That's one of them.
Hold its head against the wheel.
No, I mean, that wouldn't be an awful idea. And then I'm going to increase. So as soon as I got 3 of those.
You can choose
Symbols.
3 things. Yeah.
Oh bloody hell! Oh, nifty.
I mean, you can choose the damage one twice, or you can choose as many times if you wanted to.
I am going to do the grapple. Going to increase my initiative by 2.
All right.
And then I'll do the damage one as
Okay.
well for the last third one.
All right. Do the damage first. This one's already had damage, though I didn't bloody it up, so I will do that now so we can know that. All right, and then initiative by 2. So, ooh, it's gonna
Yeah.
it's gonna put you way up there with Trace. Let's see.
Mechanicals for the win.
Look at that, way up there. Where were you actually?
It's McKellen next.
Okay. And you've got it grappled. Sorry, it's
Yep.
showing you as your turn again. I'm going to put it on Algernon so it doesn't do the timer on him. And then the grapple. So next round, you can't use any other weapon if you want to maintain the grapple, that is. But you get a +2 on your assault roll to maintain the grapple. Plus, if you get more successes, you can choose those stunts again. So one of
Okay.
the successes will be to maintain the grapple. And
Right.
the only thing it can do. Oh, it's an opposed roll for fight, but we'll do that next round, actually. Okay. McKellen, this new mechanical has grabbed this large, very flappy-winged bird and is spun around and is holding it towards you.
Okay. Does that give me an auto hit?
What are you? Yeah, well, it's grappled,
It's-
so you're going to get a bonus to hit. Yes. What are you wanting to do with it, though? What do you have?
My shoot is literally just one dice because I've got one agility and no shoot. So I'll wave my shotgun in that vague direction, and then I'll think better of it, and then lean out and shout towards the human on the road, and shout, "Maro, get back on the pit onto Pierce. You can make it!" And inspire him.
Okay.
So he's got two
All right.
to a move roll, presumably.
All right. I'll remember that. All right. And it's that scrap. Oh yeah, they got moved back. So it's going to try to run towards him again. No, it won't. It's attracted to shiny things. He doesn't have shiny things. There's a giant car of the ancients with mechanical people inside. He's going to fly to catch up. And it's going to attempt on the other. No, he's going to attempt on McKellen. That's what he's going to do. But I'm going to give him a minus because he moved into round range. Not sure if it's going to do right with the mechanics in this one. Still hit you. Well, you need to roll your armor if you have any.
I don't think so. I'm wearing a protective suit, but I think that's just rot damage. Yeah, protection rating 6 against rot.
All right, you've suffered 1 point to your strength.
Ow. So both of my strength.
So just 1. So now you're down to 1 strength. All right. Next up is Halbert, who's in the back, and there's... What's he got? It's an axe. Can't really do anything. Clairvoyance. Nope, doesn't apply here. There's nothing he can do, so we go top of the round. That scrap crow that's being grappled is going to attempt to break out. So, Callum, I need you to do. This is just to see if this isn't your attack. This is just to see if it can break out. So you just roll assault with.
That's 2. Wasn't that?
That's just going to be your next attack. So it's just a straight.
Oh,
up.
okay.
Yeah, it's just a
So just
straight
my
up.
normal assault
Yeah,
roll,
just
yeah.
a normal assault. Yeah. Uh-oh.
Lord above.
And it's broken out. That's all it can do. Damn it, that was going to be an easy one for you. Well, a good one anyway. But all it can do is break out, so it's still right there. Oh yeah, top of the round, I forgot to move you guys. So, Orson got single. Select. Navigates around.
What are zone ghouls is getting left behind?
But it's not being attacked anymore, at least. Well, they all didn't want to move. Brilliant. Move them individually. This one was attacking McKellen, but he's... Move that one over. But he got left in the dust a little bit. Alright. Down to that zone ghoul. He's going to get himself up. And fire his bow at the one that is flying in the air. The one that had attacked him. Somebody's pissed off. Somebody's pissed off. Alright, so what's he gonna do? Let's see. I think he's going to... He's gonna just throw it all into damage. And this thing has a very prominent arrow sticking out of it. Alright, now we go to... That's a dead scrap crow, which I forgot to mark it as such. It's one Connie cut in half. Trace. There's none in front of you to run over.
Well, I'm gonna just continue on my way of moving forward, following Orson out.
Alright, so move +3. Wow. You're going to catch up with Orson on next round unless he rolls higher. Alright. Ran, in your new attack position, you have this bird right here in front of you.
I'm going to bring my arm to my shoulder and whip out my vibro knife. I'm going to stab in the neck. I've had enough of it. Bull.
Oh, that's quite potent too. It's got a bonus of 2 on it. It does it automatically in the code.
Oh.
Okay, you have 1 stunt. If you want to click that, decide what you want to do with it.
Okay, I'm just going to do the point of damage.
Okay, so 3 points of damage on it.
Ooh.
Ooh. Ooh.
I like to see that number.
You cut off a chunk of it, so you guys have seen a weapon you've never seen before. It's just...
Chicken wings for dinner.
Yeah. He kind of falls back a bit off of that. So he's not on the edge of the car anymore. That one is... Oh, that's the one that got ran over. So it gets back up and it comes... where's he gonna go? Where's he gonna go? He's gonna run up and try to attack Rand. Not run up, he's gonna fly up. Okay, that's the first time you've been hit. So, you'll have an armor. So you just click the word armor on your character sheet.
Yep. Do I just roll it?
Yeah, you just click it and it'll
Oh,
yeah. No. So you take... you need to go down in your macros down the middle of the screen at the bottom. And there's one says, it's probably really small on your screen. It says Robot DMG LOC.
My macros. Let me try and find it first.
Did you bring him down into your macro bar at the bottom?
Quick roll, overheat, display screen, run away, and me.
Whoops, I just rolled one. Did you roll that?
Robot damage.
That was me who rolled. Sorry, don't count that one. That was me.
I
Processor.
rolled that one.
So take 1 point of damage to your processor. So on your processor, you've got
5 to 5.
5 to 5. So now it says 4 of 5. So just change the first
Okay.
number to a 4 and hit enter, and then it'll turn red. And that'll be something you'll have to work at getting repaired.
That's nifty.
Yeah. All right. Connie. Connie pulls out her bow. You know what? McKellen, you told that Zone Ghoul to... You inspired him. And you got 2 points.
Yeah. There's one at the back.
Yes.
But I inspired him to chase us rather than shoot the goal.
Oh, right.
But I don't mind if he shot it with 3 successes, so
Yeah,
all good.
he didn't do that. Connie pulls out her crossbow
Cool.
and takes... And this is a nice crossbow as well. She scavenged. She's going to take aim at the one that's flying up towards McKellen. Yes. Because that's the one she can kind of see. And I'm going to give her a minus because it's not moving too fast, but we are moving. There's a little bit of range. Ah! She ain't going to push. Alright. Next up is Liz, who can't do anything. Zongo, who's on the inside, is there. The one's up close, actually. He's going to try to club it. Its bow is kind of damaged anyway. He's going to try to club the one that's just attacked Ran. Single point. It does not have armor. Oh, it hasn't been damaged too much. Alright. Orson, who is going to drive. Are you able to do a move roll +3?
Yes, I can.
Oh, +2, sorry. That car doesn't have as much maneuverability.
Oh.
This
I'll
means
push that.
Trace is definitely going to catch up.
Oh wait, no, I can't push that because I rolled a biohazard on it. Okay.
You can, but you'll take damage.
Yeah.
No, it's not even giving me the option to push.
Yeah.
Oh, it's on your character sheet. It doesn't show up on the chat window.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, all right. I
Yeah,
thought,
that's-
I thought.
No, that's Alien does it that way.
Okay.
It's like the only system that does that.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I don't think we're in super big. How many of these things are we down to now?
3 out of 4, but they're all injured.
Yeah, I'm not gonna push.
And
it.
they're far behind you right now.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I'll leave it as be. I'll just keep maneuvering and not getting a wreck.
All right.
Not tear up our car.
Yeah. Okay, McKellen, you're up. Algernon couldn't go.
What do I feel? Are all these crows now attached to the car?
Only one. There's one that's flying. The one that's on the bottom is flying and it's
That's-
headed towards
that's fine.
you.
Okay, in which case I'm going to look to the remaining Zungul that we've got and shout, "Use the weapon! Use the harpoon! Shoot it out of the sky!" That's right. Inspire him to do that. Oh wait, I got 2 more dice on that.
Oh yeah, you're about your talent. Aha!
There
There
you
we go.
Ooh.
All right.
Yeah, leave it as it.
All right. That scrap crow is going to fly. He's actually going to try to close the gap because you ducked in inside. He's actually going to try to close the gap with the other one. Good pick of Connie.
Oh, it's got her in sequence and everything.
Yeah, that's a great. Some of these pictures, guys, they're all up in the chat window. I'd like to have them together. They're really good.
I mean, you can go through and just copy them right out of the chat if you want to.
I know.
And save them.
Just some of them are just amazing. All right, Halbert. Sees one coming to him. What's his weapon? He's got an axe. He can't do anything. And he's clairvoyant, so he can't really do anything. But he is going to say, Orson, there's another one coming up on us. Top of the round. Let's do some movements first. So Orson didn't move out in front as much. Let's move this dead bird out of the way.
Our little zone pool back here is getting left behind.
Yeah, I'm gonna. In his round, he's gonna. He didn't run. This one was fighting.
Oh, that's right.
And this one was. Had been knocked back. All right. Now it's his turn. So his. Hold on. He's going to use his entire round to run. How many yards away is he? 27 yards. That's his entire time, so he's just gonna and once again I forget him on the measurement tool. He's gonna just clear some distance. Wait for me. Alright. Trace, you're up. You've caught up. There's a bird flying about just a few yards in front of you.
I don't know what I can really do driving the car. Did nobody took the shotgun?
No, you're still holding it with one arm.
Okay, I guess I could, with that arm, lean out the window and attempt to shoot it.
Okay, it's your left arm. You're driving with your right.
Okay.
And it'd be out your right window, so it's a bit awkward. It's gonna... you can try. I'm gonna give you a -2 to hit, though, because you're trying to drive two at the same time.
Alright, so that brings me down to -1. Hey!
You still did it. Jesus. Alright. Shotgun does, what, 2 points? Is that right? 3 points of damage. Jesus. And you got a stunt.
Well, we're gonna do some extra damage.
Where do you hit it and kill it? It explodes, by the way.
Oh, just, its upper torso near the head.
Severing the head from it, falling by the wayside. And mark.
Go down on a bullet.
There we go. All right.
Or bullet.
Ran, your turn. You've got one right on you now.
I think I am going to whip out the Bible knife again. I see whip out's already out.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna continue to stab it.
Okay.
Let me... Fiebro Niafia.
Oh.
Lord.
No.
Not
If-
gonna push
If
it.
you push it, you will damage that vibro knife.
I am not pushing that. Not a chance. I won't get that lucky again.
Nope. And it's its turn, so it's like it dodged out of the way of your thrust. And wait a minute. Is that the right one? Yes. Roll your armor.
Oh shit, that was the wrong one. Balls.
You know what I forgot to do? Last time you rolled your armor, you also got an explosion symbol, didn't you?
No. Yeah.
This is a rule I keep forgetting. This came up with Lack. If your armor roll doesn't get rid of all the damage, then your armor is reduced by however many explosion symbols. So your armor is reduced by 2 now, and it needs repairing. So we have to do that. Let's see.
Balls.
I didn't mean to click that. Was that you rolling or me rolling?
That was me.
What I don't know is how we fix it. Oh, there we go. I know how you repair it, sorry, but there's not a place to mark damage for it.
Might have to remember it for now.
Because you don't. When you click to roll armor, oh yeah, you can reduce it on the gear thing. Okay, if you just make a note that your armor is on your info tab.
Yeah.
If you hover over it, there's like a pen and paper icon that comes up.
Oh yeah,
If you click that, you can type in stuff at the bottom.
I need to pull the jar.
And
Okay,
just
yeah.
put your armor is -2 until repaired. All right, carrying on. Connie, back up. Does she have a target? Yes, she has the one that's right in front. She missed last time. All right. Crossbow again, -1 movement. Two. That's going into all damage, which crossbow already had. No, crossbow only has a damage of 1, and it pierces that and kills it. Liz can't go. That zone ghoul's there. Is getting on the harpoon. Oh, I can't do it because that bird's inside. So it's gonna translate what you had said. Can't get to it. We got a live mic somewhere, guys. And it's gonna try to club the one that has just dodged Rand's. It just damaged Rand, actually. Damage of a club is 1. He's going to put that... He's going to do 1 point of damage and knock it away. And it falls back. Alright. He's the last one. Orson, you're up. Move +2 if you want to continue driving.
Are any of the birds visible to me right now, or are they all like vehicles?
No,
okay,
they're not at all.
Yeah.
And in fact, the one that's alive still is being blocked by Piercer.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to keep driving then.
All right, move +2, please. One success. Cool. All right. Algernon can't go. McKellen, you're up.
Run, you are a creation of the ancients. Unleash their power and blast that thing out of the sky.
Wow. That's 3 automatic successes for you. Ran on your next attack.
Jesus. Nice.
Halbert can't go, but he's just giving you an update, Orson. That I don't see any more. Trace is still behind us, but there's still one of the humans back behind, which is now his turn. Ooh, and he sees that one there. But it's actually flying towards, so he's actually going to move. This is all happening simultaneously, so he's not actually beside, he's just behind it. Alright, Trace, you're up. Ran, you're on deck. Move +3, Trace, if you're going to continue driving.
Yep. Move. And 3.
1. Same as what Orson got, so you guys are going to stay the same distance apart. And this brings us up to Ran. Your go.
My shoulder cannon's just gonna click out again and just right towards the crow and shoot for, let's see.
Well, remember, you've got three
Yeah.
bonuses already. It's already been damaged, and you do need energy to survive, but it's up to you. Your choice.
I'm going to use 1 energy point.
All
So
right.
that goes down to 6.
It's not extra
And
dice,
then-
by the way.
Okay. Let me. That does the 1 damage, and then with the stun.
So you've got.
Uh,
Well, it's actually
okay.
because it's a module. You don't really. The stunts don't really show up for that, do they?
No.
With just points of damage, so you can do 3 more points of damage on top of the point that you're doing with your 1 energy point.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. I would like for you to describe how this bird ends its life.
Oh, I'm gonna kind of maneuver myself so my shoulder can just get a little bit more free, and then as soon as it unhinges from my shoulder again, it goes to aims like the center of gravity for this bird, and just demolish it.
And it does.
That is what I call the murder of crows.
And that's going to end combat for us. And well done, everyone. Minimal damage, except for the zone goal that's running off behind. So that crow drops. Orson, Halbert and Connie, there's some strange pulses of light coming out of the back of the piercer. But I think the last of the crows has gone down.
Okay. The piercer still seems to be moving, though, right?
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
driving it?
it's keeping
All right,
pace with us.
All right, let's keep putting some distance between them, and we'll check and see what's going on with the piercer once we're sure there's no more of these birds coming after us.
All right, Trace, what are you doing? You've got a human running behind you.
Right, slow
I'm
down. Mara's up there.
Yeah. Definitely gonna slow down to pick him back up.
Excuse me. And he does, and immediately the other human starts to tend to him. All right. And you guys, if you're talking about, I'm on the Big Smoke map. You guys make it to the shore and you're looking at the island. But we are just beyond the halfway point, so I say let's take our little mid-session break now, and we'll come back and I'll switch back to Vinny before we deal with the island.
Oh. Okay, no.
That's good.
All right. Okay. Back at the Ark. Back on the runway. So, let's see. All right, Vinny. So it's the morning. So let's go back in time a bit. In fact, it's only been an hour. What's just happened, this combat has basically happened within an hour of them leaving the Ark. It's only about 2 or 3 hours drive to the Pure Planet. It's not even that, actually. So it's probably about a half an hour after they
Well,
left.
the Pure Plant looks like it's so close.
It is actually, but it's because there's debris and stuff on the road that slows it down. They can get through a zone in oh god, I forget the rule now. Zone travel, hold on. Because they've got vehicles. Normally it's takes 4 hours if it's a new zone, but a stalker can reduce the time. Within when you go back to a zone that you already know, it's not back to 4 hours. I think it's just an hour, and then a vehicle cuts it down to half that, so you can get through a zone in 30 minutes. So technically, the trip is an hour and a half, and then whatever time it takes to cross over onto the island. So it's almost 2 hours total. So
That's good news for building a road there, that it's so close.
yeah,
We're taking our old ferry and connecting.
Yeah, you still have your old ferry that you did have, and so you can just modify that and have a ferry back over to the Pure Plant, at least in the immediate future, if you don't want to time to build a road. Although you do have to get the ferry set up, so that does need to be another art project. Although I don't know if it's in the list, we might have to create it. But
Anyway.
No, we discussed that last time. Anyway.
Okay, so their battle occurred about a half an hour after they left, although you don't know about any of that. But so the plan is for Grit to go and talk to Maximon.
Yes.
To tell him he witnessed Ricky taking something.
Stealing.
And what's the exact bit? Stealing? So I'm...
Just that he saw him, like you say, steal a box of something and take it to Sixter's, and then went to Julia's, and that's where he is now. And that he said to get Maximon to go confront Ricky and take him there.
All right.
Julia's.
Grit is not going to be as manipulative as you are, but he has zero skills in manipulate. But still,
The story give him any bonuses? Yeah.
well, the fact is, if you remember, Ricky made it obvious in Maximon's that something was taken.
Oh, that's right.
And covered his tracks in Sixter's. So Maximon's already woken up to something that's pissed him off. And here comes this mutant of a man giving him information on it, but someone he trusts, so he's going to have to question this. Let me look at the manipulate rules. Pleads his case very well. Okay, +1 for Grit. Not trying to get... I'm going to make it a straight up roll. because he plead his case very well. However, he's trying to tell him his closest ally may be in on it.
Let's go, Grit.
It's only got 3 dice.
Ah!
Push. Hey!
So close.
So, let's see. Trauma with empathy. Lack of confidence, distrust, disappointment, sadness. Lack of confidence. So he's... Yeah, so he's just going to be... No, really? I could show you. So, are you in a position to where you're watching this somewhere where you can't really see the conversation because it's happening in the tower, but... Where are you planning to be?
No, I think he would have just like gone to Julia's and waited a little while and waited to see what happened.
Are you going to hide yourself somewhere there?
Yeah.
All right. Get back
Or
to
he
the-
can maybe hear inside and see if when Maximon and Grit approach.
Okay. You've got. Remember, this warehouse here on the end is partially collapsed, which is if I move. I'm on the wrong thing again. I'm on the measurement tool once again. This little square that. The very center of that circle, a little square that juts off the back of that warehouse is Julia's, and the warehouse next to it is. That's where you hid out and slept. It's partially, well, mostly collapsed in rubble. You can get in on the south side there a bit, and there's enough debris there where you can kind of tuck yourself away. And fairly close. Fairly close to be able to hear. You wouldn't be able to hear anything quiet, but you could hear shouting and such. But I'll put Ricky's token back there. And,
Yeah, I don't want to be able to see, like, look outside and watch for Grit and Maximon coming by.
Grit's a giant.
And then I might actually sneak in a little closer to try and hear what's being said.
Muba's coming with. Just gonna. Oh, let me activate this so the recording sees it. Didn't do that. There we go. There we go. Okay.
But Muba is scary looking.
I know it. And 4 machetes. And she's tall too. If you get her on your side, you guys are doing well. All right. Please refresh my memory. What is Ricky's meant to say that they have been?
He's going to admit to everything. He and Julia, I both manipulated them to admit everything to Maximon, but blame Sixter and say that Sixter's been blackmailing them and kind of bribing them. Basically, tell Maximon everything that Vinny's been doing, but say it was Sixter.
Okay, I got it. Right. Don't really want to roleplay with myself.
Right, I don't think you need to.
I might summarize this.
I agree.
I'll do it as a narrative. So, Grit is kind of hunched over as he's walking. He says, it's just up here, sort of thing. And he gestures to the door. Maximon nods his head towards the door as he looks to Muba. Muba takes 2 giant steps up to it her machetes aren't out like her token, but she just throws open that door pretty forcefully and pretty quickly, and it makes quite a loud sound. Just from that, you can tell, Vinny, just how pissed Maximon must be. And you can see, he looks like his token right now. He's just got this, if you just stab me in the back sort of face.
Yeah.
And you're hearing things of, what the hell is going on? Does Ricky know that Grit's going to sell him out?
No.
Oh, dear. So there's, you little... How dare you? And Grit, you see Grit just kind of cower behind Maximon. Clearly he didn't think of this through, what you've asked him to do. It's like, oh, I gotta confront Ricky. And so you hear they're discussing things, and I want to roll for Ricky and Julia. I don't have Julia's token out there. Why didn't I do that? Hold on. There she is. Gigantic. Alright, I'm going to roll manipulate for them. Ricky doesn't have great manipulation as well, and is... Oh, he's broken! Let's see. Empathy. Can he spend time with... He would have spent time with Julia, perhaps, too.
Would have been like the rest of the night.
Yeah, so
they probably would have been...
Yeah, I'm going to have his empathy restored. He only had 2 points. And Julia hasn't been left destroyed because of you, which is rare for her not to be destroyed. Alright. I'm going to give them both a +1. Just because there's corroborated story. Yes, I think that will work. Alright. Why does
Well,
he...
I feel like... almost feel like Ricky would be like, I can show you where I put them. You know, I can show you where the bullets I stole are in Sixter's quarters, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I can
Definitely
prove
have
it to
that.
you.
Right. I'm gonna see. Why does a biker jacket give +1 to manipulation?
Makes you look badass.
Yeah, I'll
It's
leave
the
it.
Fonz rule.
Yeah. He.
Dominate, manipulate, and intimidate. Interesting.
That's Ricky's manipulation. And Julia's also is going to get a +1. Wow.
Ooh. Wow.
You're thinking a plan is unfolding. And you hear the tone of voice from Maximon, the things he's saying is disbelief. There's a lot of discussion back and forth. And then you see him pause and he turns to Moob and is, where the hell is Sixter? Where was he this morning? He is always there. And
I had told Grit also to, like, you know, convince Maximon that Sixter's planning a coup against you and there are other people involved besides the three of them.
oh yes.
And there's, like, people they don't know working for Sixter, and...
All right, so Maximon tells Grit, basically, you know, I didn't quite believe you at first. Seems like there might be a little bit of substance to this, but let me tell you, if this is false info, you're gonna get it. And he points to Ricky and Julia. Tells Muma, lock these two in a cell, separate cells, till I get to the bottom of this. Points to Grit. You're with me. And they go storming off in the direction they're going. They're cutting through. God, I wish I had a pointer was smaller. This resolution of this, but right between the little black line there in the center of this, there's a pathway between a warehouse and the. Why did I forget their name? What McKellen's part of.
Oh, the Chroniclers.
Oh, Chroniclers. Yeah, I want to call them scribes. And then there is a doorway on the north side here that goes into the terminal, which also leads the towers on the corner there. So you guess they're probably going that way. That's where the cells are, where they would lock people up.
Okay.
And so that's where they're leading.
Probably,
sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. I would say I would probably stay close to Maximon and try to stay hidden, but follow him and Grit.
Okay, let's do your stealth at plus 3 actually, because Maximon's in rage and is not paying attention to who's sneaking up behind him. Just roll this to make sure you don't trip over some bins or something and cause a lot of noise. And you do.
God. And I'm pushing. Oh yes. So ideal.
All right.
Success and a mutant point.
Look at you. All right. Let's see. So they go inside the terminal. God, I wish I had my map done. This scene would play it so much nicer with it. You go inside the terminal. They go inside the terminal, sorry. The ground floor there is where the cell rooms are. And then there's 2 floors up that are tower. Well, there's a second story to the whole terminal, and then the tower sticks up by itself, another story yet. And so, I don't know, there's kind of, the area where they go is kind of like not, to get to where the cells are, it's not like there's guards there.
Yeah, I only follow as best I can before I feel like I can't any longer. We'll see. I'm more concerned with Maximon going to Sixter.
But Sixter's quarters are not, they're opposite, they're kind of near that area. They're not inside that area. It's separate, but it's in the same, that northeast corner is where he is. So you don't have to go into the high security area for that. So Maximon pauses long enough for these 2 to be put into the cells. And he waits for her. Meanwhile, Maximon has just stood outside this door, just staring at it. It's not the same door where the cells are. It's around the corner on the west side of the northeast corner. And Muba finishes up and comes back. Grit is just looking around nervously, like, oh, what the hell, what the hell, what the hell. And when Muba comes back, Maximon doesn't even wait for Muba, and he just pounds on that door. And it's, Sixter! No answer. Turns to Muba, open it. And she throws that door open. Turns back. He's asleep. And he goes inside, and you hear the sound of flesh smacking flesh. Wake up! And you hear him discuss, saying, what's wrong with you? What do you trying to figure out why he's just so out of it, so exhausted. You hear him tell Muba to search the place. And let me scout for Muba. It's the first roll I've ever made for Muba. Oh yeah.
Nice.
You say, look here, Maximin. This was from that most recent supply run. Right, I don't know what's going on with him. Bring him. And they come out of there. Muba has a crate of bullets under one arm. Two arms have got Sixter on her shoulder. Not riding on her shoulders like a little kid, but bent over her shoulders. And the other arm is just manipulating the doors. And they head back around the corner, going into the spot where the cells are, and they slam that door shut. Grit in tow. Actually, he forgot about Grit for a little while, and then he turns back, you, with. And does Grit... Let me see if Grit notices you. No, he does not.
He's too terrified.
Yeah,
What's
he's
happening?
not even looking around like, oh my god, what is this?
I guess technically too, if Maximon did, they inventoried the gang's food, that would back up Julia's story because she's been killing for a while.
Yeah, and you can bet it's going to happen too. Now that he's seen there's something to the story, whether all of it's true or not, he doesn't know yet, but he knows something's going on. All right. There is, Unicorn, there is a spot I really want to get to with those on the island before we wrap up, and we've got just under an hour, and plus, to be honest, I kind of need to get my head around what's going to happen next.
Totally. Yeah, it's all...
So I want to jump back to them. All right. I forgot this bird you guys drew. Oh my god.
There's another trash crow.
Run away! Run away!
I gotta get some more tokens out there. Though I don't necessarily have to have them all right now, but still. Let's see. You've got just the Kodiaks. You have Algernon, gigantic Algernon. Connie's already there. You've got Halbert and Liz. And that's it for them. And and then the two zone ghouls, but I'll leave that out of it for now. I'm gonna get rid of this drawing, guys. It's distracting me. All the beats.
The trash hog.
It's back. Okay, now you've got these humans with you, so you don't have a raiding party, and you're not unnoticeable as you drive up, because your loud wagons are named that for a very good reason. And you see, so you don't have to wade across the water, and excuse me, once you get across, you see a few other humans pop out from hiding spaces, especially when they see the other humans. And you heard these humans that are with you, they made like a sound with their voice, almost animal-like, and some almost like a clicking sound as well with it. And right after they did that, that's when the other humans on the island came out. And instantly they see that one has been injured. And Trace, you overhear them, because the rest don't know the language, but you overhear them, basically saying, are you all right? What happened? And they refer to, on the way back, they were assaulted by, and they use the term metal hoarders. It's what they call scrap crows, sorry. Or that's what you gather. That's what they call them. But they're also saying how you all protected them and took care of them, and are as trustworthy, more trustworthy than when you left. And one of the humans from the island, not the one who was with you, comes up to you. And this, I'm just going to, so you can all hear this really, but this is all translated via Trace. Thank you for returning two of our family.
Your family is our family.
And they do a sort of bow of their head and like a gesture of their hand. It must be something of their culture. But it looks like it's the gesture is almost kind of like it's like the right hand is grabbing their left shoulder. It almost seems like they're hugging, but it's like you're not there, so they're kind of like hugging themselves to a slight bit. That's not a good way of describing it, but
I'll mirror that one back to them. Seems like a respect thing.
And they nod to you and please come inside. And they lead you through. The two that were with you, only one of them was damaged. And so they lead him off to another spot. And where's I'm going to bring out Luttrell. Shortly after, so they bring you, except for the mechanicals, they bring you fresh water. And very fresh water for the rest of you. And a lot of it in a large vessel. And for the mechanicals, well, they come up to you, Trace, and ask, they offer, would you like a power source? Energy source is what they would say.
That would be much appreciated.
And it leads you to you're in like a large area. You've gone down a level in that main building, but it's in a large area, but it's kind of slightly distant from where the rest are having their water. And there's a big panel on the wall, and he opens it, and you can see a number of sockets in there that match the power cable on. I always assume that it's kind of like you've got a little panel on your body that you kind of open up, and then there's a cable.
As he leads the mechanicals to this power source, I want to use 1 point for telepathy to see if this person's hiding anything.
And what sort of... to know how you're probing, I mean, is...
It's just if there's any kind of trick with the power source.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so I let him do that.
What you do gain from it is that the fact that you aided their own kind, and they've already said that you were fed them, clothed them, well, not clothed them, sorry, but gave them shelter, sorry, and kept them safe whilst they were with you, because they were with you for a couple of days, and that you protected them and fought for them. You're now fully in their trust.
As well.
You also know that at least this particular person doesn't know the details of how this technology works, just knows that it can power machines. And that's about all you gain from it. So, Callum and Saul, you can both make your energy points 10. And if you have any, I believe you do, but if you have any E-packs that are not 6 points, 6 charges, you can make those 6 charges.
Yeah, I got a couple.
Because you act as a recharge unit. You just plug the E-pack into you and it can recharge through you. But you can still communicate. You're not too far away from Orson and the rest, so you can still communicate. You just sat there plugged in for a little while. Shortly after that, Luttrell comes out, and he's got a few of his people with him. And one is a female who stands particularly close to him. And she is holding a very, very small human. A baby. Well, not a newborn, but quite young. And you remember that, at least the organics, you remember that you were young once, but you've never seen a baby before. And Luttrell sits down. A glass of water is brought to him. And all that are with him have a glass of water. This also seems to be a part of their culture. It's revolved around the purification and the maintaining of this water, almost as if it was holy. And you would gather that perhaps the sharing of the water is a sign of great respect and of trust. And after he has a few drinks, he speaks. I was told that you have kept my people safe. And they have, in turn, told me of your camp. You have great numbers.
Is he speaking in it like a clear language that we didn't understand?
No, this is all translated through Trace.
Right. Okay.
You understand a little bit of it, but so just for convenience, and also I didn't want to invent a future dialect of the English language too. It'd be immersive, but
Good enough for Tolkien.
I have learned through them that the lands outside this island, although dangerous from the types of creatures you might encounter, indeed on your way here, although those creatures are not unknown to us, I always felt that the very air you breathe would be a poison to us. Although I am still in belief that some areas of the land would be. And you all know this to be true because you've gone into areas that have a heavier rot level.
There is a danger in the air. There are some places where rot permeates the air itself. It is dangerous for all of us.
There is trust now between our peoples. Although I do not know the others of your camp. But those of you before me now are welcome to come.
We appreciate your welcome, and we have come here for several reasons, chief amongst which is friendship. We also come with warning of threats close by in the zone that perhaps our peoples may join to face. And as we are all descendants of the ancients, we also wish to pool our knowledge to understand more of a place we know as Eden. Your people have told us that you may know something of this place.
You see him go into thought. Yes. I have heard the word. Saul, you... Hold on. On that power panel, so I put it into to Foundry, but Foundry's having, Forge is having a problem right now. You can't upload things. So I'm going to put it on the chat and Discord. There's a logo on this power panel. This same logo you saw everywhere at the Skywheel.
Is it by any chance the same logo as is on the Eden security keycard?
It is indeed.
Is it something I would have recognized from Mechatron?
No. Would you actually? No, not
I mean,
that.
Skywheel's close enough, but
No, you wouldn't recognize it from Mechatron.
okay.
And Luttrell turns to you and I will share with you some knowledge. You return my people safely. I repay with knowledge. And again, because I can't upload anything, I'm going to have to give you guys a link to something to listen to. In a moment. And he says, there is machines here that Well, from my memory of what is passed down to me from my predecessors, they have voices that come through the air, and you can hear them. It is the speech of the ancients. But there is one particular speech that repeats over and over and over. We know not what it means, but it mentions Eden. Follow me, please.
Maybe. Thank you.
And he takes you down. It's not a place that you've been before. It's down a corridor and down around into another room. It's a smaller room. And there's some strange machinery that you don't quite recognize, understand. And there's some flashing lights. You can tell maybe some of them don't work anymore. And it's kind of...
Can I attempt to comprehend?
Sorry?
Can I attempt to comprehend rule?
Oh, yeah. You
I'm
don't
gonna push.
Okay. Oh, no.
I could try a data mine.
Yeah, that's the same thing as comprehend, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're both doing fantastic.
Yeah.
It's alright, I sacrificed my big dream.
It's all right. Okay. So, I'm going to put in... So, he plays this audio, or he doesn't play anything. He just turns on this machine, and it
I don't need to click that.
cycles looping and looping. So, I'm going to play it on my computer so it shows up on the recording. But if you guys could mute your microphones and follow the link I'm about to put in the chat. It's not terribly long. I think it's about a minute. So I just don't want to come through your mics into it and kind of mess it up here. But I'll put the link now. So when I speak again, you'll know that I've already played the file on the recording, which I'm doing so now.
This is an emergency broadcast on the Mimir Security Network. All personnel with a Project Eden security clearance level 5 or higher must proceed to the nearest command center immediately. The locations can be located with the following frequencies. Command Center Alpha, 927.532. Command Center Bravo, 239.24. Command Center Charlie, 443.782. Command Center Delta, 902.365. Command Center Echo, 409.733. All other citizens are to remain in their homes and await further instructions. All other citizens are to remain in their homes and await further instructions.
Someone didn't mute their microphone. I've played it on my end, guys.
Okay.
And is this speaking in
Ancient.
their language or our language?
It's in the language of the ancients.
I'm an interpreter. I would have been able
Is that
to...
closer to what the humans are speaking, or is that closer to what we're speaking?
Both of you don't quite speak the same.
Okay.
They've lived isolated on this island for generations and have developed their own dialect. You guys are a couple centuries removed from the ancients. So you can understand bits and pieces. You could, even their dialect, you could always understand a few words, and they could understand yours, and then the ancients you could understand a few, although you as a chronicler understood pretty much, other than the most obscure language of the ancients, you'd understand most of it. So you don't have a problem understanding this at all. Everyone else, because of the tech level you've gained, has a basic level of communication.
And with my interpreter,
Oh yeah.
I would have picked it up as well.
Oh yeah. You know all of it.
I think this is some kind of warning from the agents. Instructions to follow after the calamity.
I concur.
I think these
Sounds like they were warning people.
command centers, it sounds like there's several of them. And perhaps these numbers might refer to a map. Perhaps we could find them.
Lottrell says, we don't know what it means.
Locations could be located with the following frequencies. What is this word?
That would be radio signals.
So it is some manner of mechanical ability.
Out of character, I'm assuming they had radios in Mechatron that I would have known about.
You are aware of the technology. Ran. I'm gonna have you make a death save, yes. Let's see. What's the
I mean, I would imagine the robot still communicated via some kind of radio frequency.
analyze. Make an analyze roll, Ran.
Okay. Just gonna. Well,
Nice.
booyah.
All right. So the stunts don't really apply to this sort of thing. This is just it's kind of strange here, but it's almost like you're not, your memory core is kind of lost to you. But the knowledge of this just comes on strong, almost out of nowhere. That you understand the process of having a radio frequency, you could pinpoint a location, and you feel it from, you know it at least from a military sort of background, but it isn't necessarily limited to military. But you know with proper equipment, you could pinpoint a frequency and narrow in on the location to almost within a few feet. That just comes into your mind, into your data core.
I may have an idea of what these may be, but I may need some equipment to be 100% sure. Would I know what equipment I would need, or would it just be...
You would know this, yes, and Trace would be able to back you up on some of this anyway. Some of this is the kind of radio equipment that Trace dealt with is going to be more of, like something you'd use to communicate around with a factory. Your knowledge is more of a military background. And between the two of you, but you know that you would need what is called a receiver, and you would need a large antenna. Could be something that's like a tall tower with large bowls at the top of it. I don't know.
The irony is rich. I'm going to relay all the information that I know about the fact that we're going to need some big antennas, I guess. I think that's what they're called. It's just bits and pieces at the moment, but I'm going to need a specific console, I think, to be able to be sure of my thoughts.
Anything I can possibly do to help you find this equipment, I will, of course, do so. And then perhaps we might be able to sail this frequent sea.
Thank you. Would I be able to... Actually, why not? In fact. Would I be able to describe what this console looks like to the humans? Just try and get like a miming thing, like a...
Right. Well, you got 2 successes there. So, I will say this: the memory was quite strong. The similar to the equipment that's in front of you. However, what is lacking are controls to manipulate the antenna. And you would need a different sort of antenna anyway. It's something more like a military grade sort of thing. Something that's more precise, the precision.
Extraterrestrial.
But this place where you're at is a water purification plant. This is basic radio equipment.
Okay, so it probably won't be able to tune into such frequencies.
But the receiver here works. It just needs to be connected. But you need more controls to control the antenna. That's about all I'm going to give you with the 2 stunts.
Okay. I'm gonna look over the console itself and try and see if I can bring it to life, I guess, and try and see if I can make it work, of sorts.
There's enough swords. We got enough swords. Sorry, it's an inside joke that Calum and I have from D&D.
Shit. 90%.
Let's see. Data mine.
I thought it would be. Let's see what I can get.
No.
Can I attempt to inspire him as he's typing away?
Okay, I'll allow it. Go ahead. It's after the fact, but still, I'll let you do it.
Appreciated. Rand, you are a creation of the ancients. You could well be our link to restoring our link to our history. Believe in your capabilities.
Not that much, I guess.
Yeah, I'm just a little bit.
Wow.
Taking so much strain. Right.
And you're hurt,
Let's see
but
that.
still, it's worth it. 2 successes. Okay, tell me again, what were you trying to figure out, Ran, on this?
I'm trying to just... So, well, first, when I was first looking at it, did it look powered down, or was it just standby?
It was on. It was constant power, and also with this comprehend, it also brings into the memory. There's a constant hum here, and you're going to. And Trace would know this too. There must be some sort of constant power source, seemingly never ending, somewhere on this complex. Possibly a mini reactor. That word comes back into your mind. Yes. A reactor. And you would know... that near the end of the Ancients' time, before things all fell apart, many power systems, not like what you need to power vast complexes, existed in a lot of places. It was common. It was cheap. So it was on constantly. Although, yeah, like you said, in a standby mode because it wasn't actively being used. Whatever Luttrell did made the lights get brighter. What else were you trying to figure out? Let's make sure I'm answering you correctly.
To see if I can access any, anything that'll tell me any directions towards the module that is used for the antenna, if possible.
Yes. You would know that there would be some sort of antenna mounted somewhere outside, perhaps on the roof. You would know that a facility like this would not have the right kind of antenna, but you feel like either you'd have to find a facility that does, which may or may not have a functioning receiver, and if it only is partially functional, perhaps you think you could connect to that antenna from here. But you'd have to be at another facility to set that up.
I'm going to turn to Sol. This sky wheel we spoke of earlier, does it have an antenna?
You saw nothing of the kind.
I did not see anything of the kind.
I'm just gonna look away and just ponder for a minute as I try and figure out my next move.
But while
McKellen,
he's pondering, I'm going to point to the symbol. But this symbol was at Skywheel.
It is also upon the card. Oh, and actually, the key card, does it say level 5 clearance? Or higher or lower?
it does. It says 5.
Excellent.
On the console, could I, if possible, if I could look to see if there's, see if I could see like different, see if there's any other connections besides the ones from this facility that are maybe severed or disconnected.
What do you mean? I'm sorry, I don't quite understand. Connections.
So say it's like a string of networks, and the antenna here is not the only one it's quote unquote connected to.
Oh, I see. See
if there's any like disconnected ones or
No, from what you can see, it's all. There's nothing additional here. You do get the sense that this equipment is quite basic.
Okay.
And you are aware, somehow, some buried bit of data in your memory core that's just partially surfaced. There is a whole elaborate world of this type of technology that has great power. But you can't quite remember where you've seen it before. You just are aware that it does exist, or at least it did.
Okay.
I don't want a metagame, but the towers with the balls at the top, can I make a know the zone or a comprehend to one way or the other?
That's not metagaming. That's not metagaming. In fact, they're... Let's see. Are they visible from where you're at? Not where you're at, but I mean as you pass by. Let's see, on the runway they are. From the road. Now, you know of their existence based upon what Connie saw when she climbed on top of the oil tank. You can't see them from the road. I was going to see if I could give Ran a know the zone sort of role as well, but hearing all this discussion, so anybody who was on that expedition to where Connie climbed the oil tank, which would be Trace, McKellen, Orson.
I wasn't actually on the last trip here.
That's right, you were not. You've heard them described then, perhaps. Orson, you could do no nature if you can still hear. You're not dealing with baby right now.
Well, would I have automatically known that those were antennas or could be antennas?
Would you possibly could be? Yes, you would know that. So you could do a. What's the word again for you guys? An analyze roll. You could do an analyze roll. Know nature could be done by Orson. Know the zone by Connie.
Okay. Damn.
I got the no nature. I got one success on no nature.
Okay, good. Although it's by far not your background, Orson, but hearing what they're talking about, that just sounds... That sounds like that could fit the bill there.
Yes, Orson investigated it because he thought it was an ant's nest.
Sorry, what?
Orson probably investigated it because he thought it was an ant's nest instead of an antenna.
Well, I mean, even back at where I came from, at my original home, I mean, there were all the bunkers and all the robots and stuff that managed it. I probably was at least saw some of their tech, scattered around for them to use.
Yeah, you would. Okay.
Yeah, back at Gen Lab Alpha.
Yeah.
So,
But to the final bit of knowledge for Ran. So these people are talking about this of potential large antenna. Kind of what you said you would need, something more precise. And you feel like if at least the basic radio equipment works there, if it is not able to fully work with that antenna, you could probably remote connect from this pure plant to that antenna. Although you're not 100% certain how. But there's a certain raccoon back on an airport runway that might. You don't know that part. Well, actually, you do, because he pawed all over you.
Okay. I'm going to try and relay this information as best I can in non-confusing way.
Okay.
so if we go to these antenna and the energy of the ancients is still blessing them, then you'd be able to sail the frequency and find these places.
I could try my best, but I cannot promise anything.
Well, then that is what we must do. And as luck would have it, these antennae are on the way to the Museum of the Ancients. where the raiders are. Although that's not necessarily lucky, but we'll need to go past.
Luttrell turns to you. You were in deep conversation. I don't understand everything that you've said, this speaking through, so, Trace. Was this the information you were looking for?
It is much more than I could have hoped for. Thank you so much for sharing this with us.
Okay. He just bows his head, slight little nod.
We will follow the puzzle that the ancients have set for us, and once solved, we will bring the peoples to safety in Eden. I mentioned there is also a danger that we wish to warn you of. There are raiders out in the zone that would seek to do both of our peoples harm.
I'm gonna follow up with that. We have mechanical friends who they're crashed here from space. Their sky wheel, I feel, will not provide them with resources indefinitely. Would you be open to providing them with electricity in exchange for security, them helping protect you, and possibly even other things like helping with repairs that you might need?
Crash. We saw in the sky some time ago a ball of fire heading north. Was this what you referred to?
Indeed, that is Skywheel.
I know not what Skywheel is. But you say it has this picture.
It does.
Then there must be a connection to this place.
I believe you are correct.
And they are friends of yours. And they are trustworthy.
They are. Yes, one of their mechanicals, Katinka, she has been staying with us at the runway.
I am not opposed to this. Yet it is something that must be discussed. Perhaps representatives of your friends could come and speak with us. With you.
Of course.
Once we have made it safe, perhaps a trinity of representatives from our three peoples could meet at this Museum of the Ancients, and there we could discuss a way forward for all three of our peoples. The air there is mysteriously clear. It seems an apt place for a neutral ground.
We will await your instruction. Your report. Will you be staying with us this night.
Look to the others.
How much time has passed total since we really left and came here and met with them?
About 3 hours, maybe. About 4, really. Was looking through the radio equipment and trying to figure it out and resting. So it's not been that much. So it's just gone lunchtime, to be honest. So you could actually be home. Well, I know you weren't planning to go back home. You're planning to journey on, but.
I'm in a bad shape, Orson, but I can power on if you think it best.
The day's already half spent. By the time we get moving and get out anywhere, it's gonna be we'd have to set up camp out in the rough. Let's take advantage of having a roof over our heads for the night.
Yes, then we will gladly partake in your hospitality. Thank you.
He nods. We will prepare a place for you to sleep. And food. I'm just typing. Okay. I think there would be a good time to stop. We've got 5 minutes left in the session. We need to do some experience points.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Okay.
All right.
I love the unwrapping mystery.
Bomb.
Yeah, these next few sessions are going to be from everything. Stuff going on back at the Ark, Skywheel stuff, potentially
Correct.
Rand's memory core. Alright, before I do this, Rand, because Callum, we talked about this with your character, that you kind of needed to integrate with the group more to be able to do some of the, like, what do they call it? Like
Buddies and
buddy PC and
Yeah.
things.
NPCs.
So if, before we do this, is there a buddy, a rival, NPC you want to keep? So PC buddy, an NPC you hate, an NPC you want to keep safe. You've already got a big dream,
Yeah.
but do you feel like, I don't know, I'm not trying to push you. It's just only if you think enough in the story is developed that you have a friend, a PC buddy, or any NPC you want to keep safe. Yeah, you have anybody
don't
you
think there's-
hate.
Whoa. At the moment, I don't think there's a lot that can be, like, foretold, to be quite honest, at the moment, because...
It'd only be if
Not
you
a
think it
lot's
happened in
happened,
this session, so...
Yeah.
Okay, eventually get to a point where you're getting more experience points. Alright, let's begin. So if you have your character sheets open to the front,
Yep.
the experience points up at the top. So, did you participate in the session? Yes, you did, so that's 1 point. Did you perform a day's work for a project in the Ark? No, none of you did. I will have you roll for the other Kodiak's lack in just a moment. Did you explore at least one new sector in the zone? Nope. Sectors you've already been to.
I didn't go to these ones the first time around.
True, so you would get a point. Did you sacrifice or risk something for your PC buddy?
No.
Not sure that anyone did. And
The only The thing I aimed for with that was when I was trying to telepathy the guy with the power cord. It was to make sure that Trace was safe, but she's my buddy. It wasn't much of a risk, but if I'd have mutated, might have.
Did you sacrifice or risk something for the NPC you want to keep safe?
No.
Leant out of the cabin of the car to shout at Connie.
Oh. Yes, I'll give you that. Because that exposed you, and you're not a very strong guy, and then you got attacked.
How do you feel about the Trace one? Because that was maybe tenuous.
I can't remember that exactly. What did you say again? Sorry.
The reason I was reading the mind of the person leading them to the power cord was to make sure it wasn't a trap.
Is she your buddy?
Yeah, Trace is my buddy.
Not sure that's a sacrifice or a risk.
That's okay. It was just
it's worth asking the question. All right.
Mine is to protect Julia. I don't know that I did a really risked or sacrificed anything for that other than sending Ricky to protect her. I'm risking Ricky.
Yeah, risking him instead of you. Yeah, we'll leave that up. Did you sacrifice or risk something to mess with the NPC you hate? Well, yeah, Unicorn, you got that one, definitely.
I hate them all. They all will perish.
Did you sacrifice or risk something to reach your big dream?
No.
Push myself a lot with the signal and comprehending machines.
Yes,
Took some damage.
And I want to give one to Ran as well for that. And then the rest of your big dreams I'm not aware of. What is Orson's? Finding Chevalier. Not in this session, anyway. Trace, what was your big dream?
Freeing all the robots, making them their own person, so to speak.
Me. Well, it wasn't quite a risk. I think next session you're going to get that if you can, assuming you get that far, if you can convince the robots from the Skywheel to come and stay here on the island, then you have freed them from their programming. Some of them, anyway.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So, we need to, for the Kodiaks to work on the ink and paper. So is that a command roll from Orson to actually make them work?
Okay.
I have to take my friend to the airport, so I gotta run.
All right.
Oh, wow. 2 fails.
What did you do?
Oh, dear gosh.
No.
So, I'm not going to be able to let you push that because this would have actually been something you rolled before you left, and then you would have been of less stats from all the stuff that have happened so far. So,
right,
they're really lazy today.
But the Chroniclers have done some?
Let's see. Let's roll for them. Because that's
Yeah, I
something
think the Chroniclers were working on it as well.
The Kodiaks took advantage of the fact that I wasn't going to be there today. Like, yeah, sure, we'll get right on that.
Right. Party time. All right, let's see. What do we need for that? Comprehend. On who better suited. So Estrina, and she'll have 3 helpers, so she'll get a +3 on her roll, which is already a great roll anyway. All right. 3 successes.
Damn.
4 remain. you guys are going to have to come up with a new project here soon, which is probably going to be a road or a bridge, the way things are developing. All
I like
right.
the idea of a boat, but we'll see.
Yeah. Okay. Now we need to do arc deaths. So,
Did we finish all the XP points? That was it?
that's it.
Damn, I only got one. Shit.
Yeah. Some of them, although you don't want to metagame and make the most vaguest big dream,
Yeah.
some things might be very specific, but then again, this is something you're exploring areas that you've been to before. You know, like the very next session, if you're going to pass by this antenna, that's a new section, so that's going to be a point for everybody.
Yeah.
And there may be some risking going on because you're out deep into the zone. You're just on the border of the runway, so it's fairly safe, but it could get quite risky out there. All right. How about room you roll to see? You roll the d6 -1 to see how many die.
-1.
Roll a 1. Roll a 1.
2.
Huh. So only 2 people die. And now we need what? A D.
165. Good enough for me? $100.
Rosemary, the human plant.
Oh no. And 157.
157.
It's another chronicler.
No, it's not. It's a Scarshians.
Oh yeah. Oh, even better.
It's a seer. Another human plant too. What is it with human plants?
Well, I mean, that's got to tie into something.
Oh,
Maybe
sure
there's
thing.
some kind of...
How did they both die? So one's not part of a gang, and one's
100.
100. Yeah, it was the other one. One's not part of a
That's some
gang,
kind
and
of-
one of them is one of
Yeah,
Scarshians. And they're both human
We
plants.
just need that.
Some bad insecticide.
Yeah, reaction to a chemical or something.
Don't we have that rollable table that you did for this?
Yeah, we do. We do. Let's do that. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Yeah, here we go. Let me roll it. As an accident while working on an art project.
Yeah, the ink that we're trying to invent is acidic to plants.
Yeah, actually, I'm just going to have them both die from the same thing. I'll get rid of the last one. So, I don't know if I have...
We're working on making paper, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's like, oh no, a terrible
you
accident.
can make
They
people
fell
from
in.
trees. You're a human tree.
They got crushed when we were making pulp.
I've just realized that.
So how many pages of paper do we get out of Brad and
Of all the projects to die while doing is like we're researching pen and paper. It's like, no, a tragic pen and paper accident.
Paper cut.
Thank you for your sacrifice, human plants.
Yeah. All right. Well, cool. Good session.
That was a great session, yeah. Making good progress.